And I'm so excited because like it's been a while since I ever read the recent web novel, so I don't know, that would be really fun. Man, this camera sucks ass. Because like man, I never done this before, so if you see me doing stupid mistakes, that's why. So let's see how we're gonna deal with. Because I am actually pretty interested to know what's gonna happen in the recent web novel. Like I don't wanna get spoiled, so alright, here we go. So let me just start. R530, Chapter 1. It's called It Always Starts with a Visitor. Okay, how the fuck okay, I think I know. Alright, so let's begin then. Alright. Let me just go here and let they go. All rights belong to Tabanakatsuki, blah blah blah. Whatever, fuck it, okay. He breaks into a sprint, launching himself forward. Air breezes over the sweat that drips his brow to his eyes. He brings it away, ignoring it. His lungs ache with every breath. His innards twist into knots. What is this? He grits his teeth and dispels all his pain. The only thing he left in his mind is the word go. Someone is yelling from the distance. Their voice draws even nearer, closing in on Subaru as he runs, with their call at his landmark. At his beacon, he sprints forward onward. The frantic voice draws him in, heedless of the white light swamping his vision. He runs, and goal, in fact! That's Subaru talking for me. That's what I believe it is. The second he crosses his finish line, clumsily drawn underfoot, the sky and the earth swap places. A small weeds poke into the crown of his head, and Subaru instantly put his hand to the ground for a forward roll. The habitual action kills his momentum, and with two more unneeded rolls, he lands a sprawl out of the ground. Subaru. Ugh, ugh, everything hurts. Everything stinks. But it's over. I did it! Breathing breath after ragged breath, he finds a stale in him to shout. He complains as he does to invigorate his faltering heart. He mustn't feel that his fatigue is simply wear, or that his effort is simply exertion. He must remember that this is not the end, and there's still more to come. Every time he tries to dictate where the finish line is, to give himself that satisfaction, Subaru put his hand to his chest and thinks of that night. Good job, Subaru, I suppose. I suppose line, meaning Beatrice. Biko. A small silhouette enters Surabo's view from above. A lovable girl with long green hair and extravagant outfit. Beatrice. Her fluttering dress looks out of place in the meadow as she presents with a Subaru with a towel. He accepts it and vigorously towels his head dry. Ah, thanks. Was looking to cool down, so it's perfect. I'll tell you that Petra cool it before you go pineal meaning fat. Go tame her and she'll jump for joy, I suppose. Subaru. Petra's really considerate that way. But man, weird to see you here, Pico. Something putting you in a different mood than usual? Subaru swings his arms and he sits off and slides over to Beatrice. She puts her hands on her hip, averting her gaze. Beatrice. Just Wincy, in fact, Subaru. Oh wow, it was Wincy, huh? Beatrice. And I wanted to personally see what you're like when you put in your best, I suppose. While keeping her gaze averted, Beatrice easily unveils her hidden intentions. Hidden intentions, huh? She's so much more than honest now. Subaru feels keenly that time has earned him her trust. Beatrice looks like she wants to say something to Subaru as he grins, but now This is Beatrice. Now, this must involve more than just gallivanting about, in fact. What comes next, I suppose? Subaru. I have you now, this gallivanting is pretty taxing on its own. Mademoiselle. I don't know how to pronounce the fucking word, whatever. Well, I cannot say whether I'll meet your expectations. I'm tackling the obstacle course of dream next. Beatrice. Alright, in fact. You mean the playground that Garfield built in the forest? I suppose. Obstacle? Subaru, obstacle course. You don't have to force yourself to memorize it. Just ignore it. But Subaru, I want to understand every word you say, in fact. The smooth line just makes Subaru's cheeks relax even further. Beatrice looks puzzled by his reaction before she realizes what he just said, and her expression instantly shifts. Her cheeks are adorably pink as berries. No, I didn't mean like, just came out that way, I suppose. No worries. I know exactly what you mean. Everything's cool. I love you too. You know exactly nothing, in fact. Beatrice. Subaru chuckles as he jumps to his feet and scoops a sour-faced Beatrice into his arms. Typical like, wee! She loses pleased in this hold, but makes no complaints about being carried. Beatrice. Subaru, you break a sweat, I suppose. Subaru. Breathe. With your mouth then. Or just read the mana directly. Beatrice. I'll stop you dry if that's what you're asking, in fact. Subaru. You're gonna be the one crying after that. Beatrice. As if, I suppose. Since your nonsense, in fact. With Beatrice in his arms, Subaru breaks into a run. His brain returns to normal during the banter. Beatrice makes a perfect way for running from the track in the field to the obstacle course in the forest. Since she's far lighter than she looks, basically a feather. Subaru soars with her in hand, so large he may grow wings. He might have grown wings. He may have grown wings. Oh my god, it's just funny, actually. Okay. Their new mansion is surrounded in just as much green as the old one. Shrubs grow in abundance throughout the Burden Mountains. She feels the cold breeze over his banks as he launches into a run. Subaru. Okay, alright. The forest is so lush that it drowns everything visible in green. Here, Subaru sprints forward and lightly puts his hand to a sideway lock, defeating the obstacle with only a small hop in his momentum. Both improves an effective means of locomotion in places strewn with obstacles. In our urban areas with copious buildings, parkour champions the technique, a sport that Subaru often watches in television, all while amazed at the superhuman feats of the athletes. He never anticipated once that he will be training himself in this field. Subaru. Okay. The climbing apparatus is the start of this obstacle course that Subaru got Garfield to construct. One large post composes the central pillar, where logs are assembled together in the space around it. It is essentially a classical jungle gym, but with a slight avant-garde flair. Avant-garde flair, that sounds interesting, if you ask me. The thing looks like a mess to climb, even while taking it slowly. Subaru leaps onto it with all the momentum from his brain, using the slight contact with his fingers and toes to purchase to shoot himself upwards. As scaling a vertical wall, he races quicker than the eye can catch to all the top of the jungle gym, but there's still more to his stunt and purpose to the gym. Subaru reaches the slide footing at the peak before hopping to the uppermost point of the structure. He gazes down. Drop looks about 6 meters. Obviously nothing is laid upon the wire, mostly ground, While the earth could have been soft once, it is now well trodden and hard. Meaning that terrifying fall is definitely going to hurt. However, without any hesitation, Subaru leaps down to the hard earth. Entirely undefended as he is, this young may appear the worst of his usual recklessness. Typical Subaru, my boy. But Subaru, man, this word stupid. But Subaru, hesitantly, I don't know how to pronounce this word, in an unhesitant manner, stretches out his legs and contacts the ground. Suffering the pain of the impact, he breathes in furious agony or not. No surprise by my boy Subaru boy. Subaru bends his legs and ducks to dissolve the impact, breaking into a forward roll to further avoid damage. One more roll and another onto his hands and knees before he darts to his feet. Sustaining no injury at all, he merely brushes himself off, wiping up the dirt from his track suit. This is another parkour stunt, the land and roll. The stunt involves a landing combined with a roll to disperse the impact. It allows one to safely fall from moderate heights. While it's no big deal for superhumans, it is a question of life or death for ordinary human Subaru. Just practicing his technique should be broadening his horizons for what he can do. GG. So that's basically it. That improved your opinion of me? Oh, Beatrice watching this? Cool. Subaru spreads his arms wide and looks to Beatrice, who watches the whole thing. I wonder what she will say. Beatrice sits calmly on the stump for spectators, her eyes widening. Honestly, I'm a little surprised in fact. It did improve my opinion somewhat, I suppose. What kind of question is this? Subaru says, "You're back in love with me?" My boy. Oh my god, what is that question about? Beatrice. Subaru, recently I've been having trouble with deducing what you're trying to make me say, in fact. Subaru, I only want to know you love me. Beatrice's attitude already demonstrates it more than enough. Subaru gives a red-faced, ignorant Beatrice a smile before glancing behind him. Oh my god, that's funny. As shown by the sport of parkour, the part of the forest that has been repurposed into an obstacle course for Subaru. No one's going to complain about it, since it owns robust land. But Subaru has to keep his owner's earth to send Garfield occupationally into construction, having seen how he easily cleared the timber and built it to himself. Garfield is surprisingly nimble finger and attuned to detail. Perhaps his young, reckless talent will bloom in more fields in the future. Subaru, anyway, guess we're calling here for today. Beatrice, who what, I suppose. Subaru catches the towel that Beatrice throws at him and wipes off his sweat as he did in the field. Then he stretches his legs, waist, so on. The old world already dropped the importance of laboring up to him, but now that he seriously exercises his body, he truly does feel the effects. Yeah, when you're exercising, you feel like you're actually in kind of pain though at first, the first time you do it. So it's like, I can understand that. He can't do the splits, but he has grown more flexible. The splits. He puts his foot to a nearby tree trunk and stretches his body out. When he sits himself and spreads his legs, Beatrice walks over behind him and presses him down, letting him fall forward. Subaru, done stretching. Alrighty, let's get ourselves back to the mansion and blob out. Beatrice. Indeed, in fact, that comment would have earned him an insult before, but Beatrice accepts without argument. She is both accustomed to how Subaru handles her and to responding to it. Beatrice reaches out for him. Subaru accepts, and then hand in hand they exit the forest. Man, I just love how far they come. In the beginning, these people, were like head to head, and something like that. But now they're more connected right now. See, it's now, contractor and contractee. I don't care. I don't care how you call it. I don't give a fuck. But let's continue. Subaru. Pico, are you holding back the mana drain? It feels like you're taking less than usual. Beatrice. I'm at least considerate enough to take care when you're exhausted. I suppose. Subaru. My. How incredibly rough your opinions change in just these 2 short hours. But we don't want you to suffer from this. Go back to the usual. Subaru smiles wryly at Beatrice as he lifts their lean hands. She glances aside at him and sighs. Instantly, the usual sensation hits. Beatrice is directly entering the interior of Subaru's closed gate. This is the back door dedicating the extracting mana from Subaru without passing the gateway. Only she can use this back door, and it is Subaru's lifeline. Really? Lifeline? Oh. Subaru's abuse gate, I know why, has completely stopped functioning. But the loss of his gate doesn't stop his art from generating slight amounts of mana. Actually, it is proceeding to generate more and more mana despite the lack of an outlet. If left like this, the mana is Subaru will frenzy, and he'll pop like an overinflated frog. Is how he understands it. Sorry. He'll pop like an overinflated frog, is how he understands it. So, boom. Okay. But leaving aside whether he'll actually explode, Beatrice tells him it's dangerous, since the mana exchange required to preserve their contracts simultaneously resolves the issue. Subaru and Beatrice absolutely must have physical contact at least once daily. Subaru is constantly stockpiling tiny loads of mana, and Beatrice's mana is sufficient, both in terms of personality and constitution. Their compatibility is excellent. Although what? Subaru, if you could mana drain people outside the coin trader, we could easily keep you in league in Mega Loli mode. Wait, she has like a more mature version? Wait, what? Beatrice, don't you go mulling over that, I suppose. I thought we came to an agreement that ages ago, in fact. And you are amassing mana, even if it's in small amounts, I suppose. Even if it's tinier than a sparrow's teardrops. Beatrice has an idiosyncrasy where she only mana drains her contractor. She had been constantly and randomly draining mana from people in Roa's mansion before, but apparently that involved using the Forbidden Archship as a mediator. Oh, you mean the book? The Forbidden Archship was arranged to mediate any mana intake, draining it from entities inside the mansion, in fact, was Beatrice's explanation. So the plan to drain mana from Garfield, who looks to abound the stuff, or for Emilia, initially struggling with her vast pool of it, is a wash. Huh? It's like someone is suddenly telling him, of course it would have worked out perfectly. But while disappointing at first, he's glad for it now. Touching Beatrice is now a ritual representing more than just their relationship, and he likes feeling the truth of their connection. That relationship between Subaru and the spiritualist and Beatrice, the spirit, differs somewhat from those of normal spiritualists. They need to recognize how their partnership works, represents them, by doing things like this. I'm done, in fact. This is enough to fill for today, I suppose. I know this is Beatrice because he says, in fact, I suppose, like the same shit. Subaru, okay. Huh. Nothing to it. Huh. Beatrice, I've already decided not to comment when it comes to your bravado, in fact. Done with the daily ritual, Beatrice gazes flatly at Subaru. They step off the forest trail and onto paved ground, proving they're close to the mansion. The path resembles the one from Arnon Burlish times, but now that it crosses to the nearby town of Costul, it all feels... Oh, what? It all feels far less remote. You mean like feels? Beatrice, if I were going to pick, I still prefer the quiet forest, I suppose. Subaru, I think Nosy Townsend and quiet forest both have their appeal. I want to pick one over the other. But since the capital's the only big city I've seen yet, Castillo feels pretty noble. Beatrice. In fact, Subaru, your ideas are mismatched with Betty's, I suppose. Beatrice pouts in clear dissatisfaction. Subaru pulls her onward, shouting her with a yeah as he heads over the past mansion when Subaru-sama, Beatrice-sama, well, Beatrice-shan. Oh, that's Petra. Okay. I have a question before I continue. Who's here? Can you please kind of like chat? Use the chat, tell me who's there. Tell me your name. Just to know because I see one person being here. Who is it? In fact, is somebody been here to begin with? Hello? Wow, this is actually harder than I thought. Just tell me you don't care and that's it. It doesn't matter. I just gonna keep reading because I'm intrigued right now. Someone shouts their names, and the two of them look up. They found a girl running towards them from the road to the mansion. Her face and voice are familiar, and her adorable expression brightens upon sighting Subaru and Beatrice. Her auburn shoulder-length hair flutters in the wind. The cat-like roundness of her eyes give her expressive face even more charm. Anyone could catch themselves smiling at her fair and lovable attitude. A sweet wildflower out of anyone's reach. That would be a good description of Petra late. Petra, I was just leaving to go fetch you too. Thank goodness we didn't miss each other, says Petra after running up to them, out of breath with her hand to the chest. Subaru kisses Petra, who have grown to his chest. Grown to his chest? Oh yeah, remember, our fight is when they actually, it's a 1 year time skip, so now Subaru is 18 years old instead of 17. So now Petra's now around 15 years old instead of 14. I think. Don't quote me. Okay, where the fuck am I? Subaru gives Petra, who have grown to his chest, a pat to the head in response. Subaru, what's the rush? When we're gonna escape? Did you just get those baked tarts at the perfect temperature for us to do something? Beatrice, that is sensible that she will make haste in fact, since it's incredibly important, I suppose. Petra, no, that's not it! You guys are being jerks. That's them in a nutshell. Petra puffs out her cheeks as Beatrice nods silently and goes to remove Subaru's hand from her head. But once her hands clamp its own, she stops. She keeps that hold of Subaru's hands. She flushes fresh as it continues. Petra, leaving the charge aside for the moment, is something else. The mansion received a guest, and Miyasama says to go and fetch you and... Wait, Petra. Just stop there. I'm getting a terrible feeling about this. Who's gonna be, I suppose? Oh man, that's me. Okay, sorry. Petra, huh? Clearly wary, Subaru cuts Petra off. She looks surprised at this, but Beatrice doesn't. Well, yeah, Beatrice has witnessed the same things as Subaru has. Considering living together even since moving to the new mansion. Quite a few things that happened between now and the day they left Sanctuary. Huh? Subaru. And the conversation partner goes exactly the same. When you show up to fetch me, or Frederica does, or since Otto or Garfield do, I mean's always trouble. I learned that much. Beatrice. I guess only appears when Subaru is out, indeed. This absolutely is the partner bespeaking misfortune, I suppose. Oh my god, Beatrice has no chill. Petra. But Beatrice-shan, using words Subaru same Subaru-sama does. Subaru-sama, stop teaching her weird things. Subaru. The message consensus is that Biko gets to do what she wants. But anyways, the guests, Petra, me, and Beatrice are absent due to stomachache. He's making a fucking excuse. What the fuck? No, Beatrice, Petra. No, you. Don't. Emilia's mom will be furious. And how about no reason to disobey her? Come on, these ways. Petra used to be such a Subaru adherent. But living here has led her to oppose him when needed. That's cool. Petra used... Okay, sorry, my bad. Her hands grab Subaru's arm, and she pulls him along, putting in her greatest effort to drag him away. Ow. As she does, Subaru glances to Beatrice, her hand in his. Subaru, Pico! Beatrice, enjoying your day, in fact. You're coming too, Subaru says. Beatrice, gah, I suppose. Oh shit, that's funny. It starts as a plea for help, and instantly transforms into embroilment. Beatrice quickly attempts to shake him off, but Subaru keeps a tight grip on her left hand, and her right hand is restrained by Petra, leaving her doubly without an escape. With Subaru refusing Petra to escape, and Petra refusing a Subaru escape, the trio venture alone in his innocent arrangement to the mansion. That's funny. Subaru, I know it's too late to kick the visitor out, but don't you really wish we told me sooner? Petra, you mean to have a messenger on messengers? Huh? But then we know how far we need to go out to anticipate them beforehand. That much is clear. I'm just saying it'd be nice for everyone's mental health and relations if we did something about that. Anyway, do you know who the visitor is, Petra? Okay. The one receiving the guest is going to be Petra, Perico, or Ram. One of the three. Since Petra is out here fetching Subaru, one of the other two will be dealing with the guests. Petra. Well, not really. Subaru, you don't know? Maybe you didn't see their crest. But you have to see the messenger. And even if you're sure you didn't, I'm sure they will have told you something when they told you to fetch us. Petra. They were in a incredible rush, saying that the guest was extremely important. But they didn't look important. Subaru. You can't judge much off of people's appearances. Sometimes you get little girls with proper drills who also command dark powers. Do they men say that a mere dress wearing lowly, in truth they present over wow, Subaru, you fucking shit. And Beatrice is like, shut it, I suppose. Beatrice is the one calling off the jokes, leaving Subaru silent. Petra looks at the silent Subaru, still worried. Petra, I don't judge people based off their appearance anymore either. Subaru, that's good, Petra. Don't know what happened to change, but what's important you did. Petra, I thought the new nasty-eyed horseman who came to the village was a weirdo, but he really wasn't. My guy, Petra, and Subaru, a boomerang! Striking somewhere that he didn't expect. Subaru took his head at Petra. Never mind her first impressions of him. The stuff she mentioned is earlier important. Wait, what? The new nasty-eyed swordsman who came to the village a weirdo. Who's that? Okay, wait. Striking somewhere that he didn't expect. Okay. Petra doesn't know people by appearance, but she still thought the visitor was odd. So what are like? I guess a kitty? Ah, wait. Oh my gosh, it's Crush, Felix, and the big old man himself, Wilhelm. I know because it's a kitty, so the kitty is fucking Felix. So, okay. So what like? Petra, I guess a kitty? Subaru, a kitty? The image of a gray cat spirit, Subaru, come on. A long tail wagging comes to mind at the word kitty. Subaru's feelings for him are complex, and there are things that we'll talk about in his eventual return. You idiot. Subaru, gotta ask him for his daughter. Beatrice, I thought about it too. Petra has surely seen him before, I suppose, so it can be him. In fact, Petra, what kind of kitty was, I suppose? It is so cute. You're calling it a kitty, Beatrice Sean, Petra says. Beatrice, Petra! Says Beatrice indignantly to a teasing Petra. Petra kisses an easy sorry and looks up in thought. Petra, I guess they weren't really a kitty, and I haven't seen one before, but I suppose they were a cat folk demi-human. I always think of Big Bro Garfield when I think of demi-humans though. Subaru, Garth means race, and he doesn't have any blatant obvious human traits. Best you can manage on cross-inspection how intense his eyes are. What the fuck? And I guess you could mention his sharp canines. According to Garfield, his canines will always keep growing, much like a rodent's incisors. It needs to chew on hard objects to maintain their length and sharpness. It's not common for Rambo Frederica to flip out on him after catching him chewing on the mansion's banisters. Oh, man, Garfield, I love you, man. Oh my god, you son of a bitch. Oh my god, Subaru. So, a demi-human who looks demi-human has arrived. If they're called probably Beastmen, but doing a couple of those. Yeah, he's gonna think about something. It's given in the capital, but Costu has many beast folk demi-humans. A long period of time has dissolved discrimination against demi-humans in the domain of Roswell, the demi-human fancier, making this area a nicer region for demi-human to live in. Also, says the local bunny ear bartender. But Petra, who spends her time working in the mansion and goes to the other village rather than Coastal, all of her days off, naturally is less familiar with them. Who's gonna be? I'm kinda interested. Who's that? Petra, I get it. Could you show me around Coastal my next day off then? Subaru, yeah, sure. I'm sure you get to go there for shopping and stuff too. And you wanna be making as many friends as you can. Subaru gives that poorly thought promise, and Petra pumps her first. Petra only sighs and smiles wryly at Subaru. And when here, back at our beloved abode, the gates come into view during the conversation. And Subaru lifts his hands, links are there with the girls. He ignores their protests, as the gestures force him to stretch, crosses his own portrait and look at the mansion. This is the new mansion replacing the old burned one. Its exterior gives the same western feel that the previous one did, and it's similar design. There is space between the front gates and the doorway, correcting his own posture and looking at the mansion. Oh wait, what the fuck? Oh my god, I messed up, sorry. There is space between the front gates and the doorway, with garden lawns flanking the gravel path. On the right side is a fountain, while the left continues to be a path to the side end of the mansion, where carriages are packed, that has stables for air dragons. The group passed through the front garden and gravel paths, leading them to the large double doors. The knocker shares the shape of the Meadows family crest, using the retro motif, which indeed makes me feel like the primary estate of the Meadows. Subaru, I noticed an ephemeral carriage by the stables. Guess it's the visitors. Petra, the carriage is a dragon carriage, but it wasn't being pulled by anything like Batrashan. It wasn't a dragon, it was more like a big dog. Subaru, pulled by a big dog. Actually, maybe it's thinking back on his internal bestiary. Subaru gets a clue on the versus identity. But before he can reach a different answer, the solution ends up finding him, which is to say, I was right? Wait, I was right or not? Wait, what the fuck? Wait a minute. Oh, hello, mister. It's been forever. Have you been well? Sorry about that, I had to do it. A stupidly shriveled high-pitched voice comes hurling at Subaru, staring at him as he opens his doors. Peter gives a wry smile, and Beatrice squeezes Subaru's hand slightly. With these reactions in the corner of his eyes, he looked ahead at the figure bounding toward him. They are small. Oh, wait. Oh, the cat twins. The orange-haired cat twins. I forgot their names. They're them. So that means... Okay. They're small. They're shorter than Petra, but a little taller than Beatrice. Meaning they're a child's height. But this may be as tall as I shall ever get. Her body is covered in short orange fur, and her alert cat ears are adorable. Her eyes abound with curiosity, and her loud mouth is curved mischievously. Please say the name. Come on, Nagatsuki. Say the fucking name of the catter. We don't care. Okay. Her long orange braid is very feminine, and her really with white robe makes her all more cute. I think I know who that is, but I forgot the name of the. Oh, Mimi. She's effectively a bipedal kitten, and in some sense, a cat lover's dream. And cat folk and one who Subaru knows. Subaru. Mimi, it's been ages. You're as full of energy as always. Mimi. Yep. I'm super duper full of energy. You get it, mister. And I even grew bigger and now I'm an adult. How old is she though? What the fuck? Mimi puts her hand onto her hip, her smirking boastfully as her tail swats and fro, to and fro. She looks like a slightly energetic girl, but actually she's a vice chair of the Beastman Mercenary Company Iron Fang, with considerable fighting prowess and many other surprises. She once helped Subaru in fighting the White Whale and Beetlejuice, and shared his tendency to be close and flammably familiar with anyone, which perhaps makes her best friend he unfortunately made when their whole affair. That's kinda true though, actually. Incidentally, Iron Fang is basically the private army of Emilia's political opponent, Anastasia Hoshin. Really? So they are an enemy going by that. But being hostile towards Mimi is entirely tasteless. Subaru. Thanks for coming all the way. Right, introductions. This guildmate here is Petra. She's an uncommon royal maid who works in our mansion. And this apparently very lowly is Beatrice. Stupid bitch. Mimi. Okay, I got it. The maid who's Brutus and your baby. Your baby! Oh my god. You're a baby. Okay, I got to get ready. Okay. Got it, I won't forget it. I finished remembering me by hideously improper means in fact. Oh shit, that's funny. Beatrice is trembling, hiding behind Subaru's back. Instead, she's scared of Mimi and how unforgivably toward she is. Mimi mercilessly dives into her. What? You're not being big like me. You shrink up like that. Come on, get out of here. Go you get. Beatrice. What? No. What? Stop, I suppose. Betty doesn't mind being small. And you're too small to be saying this anyway, in fact. Mimi. This is to the rookie. Oh, you go for a rookie. I'm huge inside, so my ass is gonna catch up to me before long. The boss said so. Beatrice. It's nonsense, I suppose. Mimi pulls Beatrice to the front, manhandling her entirely. Beatrice looks to Subaru for rescue. But wait, where am I? But he enjoys watching her being people shy while also making friends, and simply watches her over with a fatherly look. Cute. Petra. Subaru-sama, Beatrice Chan is looking to you in sheer terror. Subaru. People mature by battling their weaknesses. Pico is a little too averse to new things, so it's best she starts developing the intelligence mentality now. Let us watch her in silence, Mom. Mom? Oh, fuck. Okay. Petra. Mom? Yes, let's... Subaru says his mistake as he sees Petra blush and fall silent. But converting it will be a mess, so he decides to go with it. He turns his attention to Mimi, as he circles around the room with a tight grip on Beatrice's hands. Subaru. So, if you're here, then are the others, are your brothers of Ricardo with you? Also, I really rather got than Julius not show up with your booking in first. Yeah, Julius, remember the guy that's Subaru to defeat fucking Beetlejuice? Yeah, the guy with the purple hair. Yeah, that's him, Julius. Anastasia's knight, Julius Juculius. That last name is so stupid, man. I keep forgetting that. Has a very complicated relationship with Subaru. Subaru doubts he can be sincere with him, even when seeing him face to face. Subaru knows he has done trouble dealing with Anastasia, but she's still preferable to Julius. But Mimi casts aside Subaru's worries to a shake of her head. Mimi. No, no Hetaro or Tippy the boss or Julius or my lady are here. It's just me. I'm here all on my own. I see what she's saying now. Subaru. That's impressive and all, but what are you here for then? Mimi. Alright! Mimi tilts her head before bouncing onto Beatrice. He lifts up Beatrice as she hurries to support her. Mimi gives a sunny smile. Mimi. I invited you to a party! My lady said let's go hang out. So here I'm to invite you. I'm super excited! Super excited! Oh, and that's the end. That's the end of chapter 1. Anastasia seems not trustworthy. So for me, it's like, I'm kind of scared now. You know what, bros? I'm gonna end the stream here. Because it seems like for me, I have bigger One Piece fans than I have Zero Stand, so you know, I just keep reading a little bit more. So for the one guy that's staying here, thank you so much for watching me, because this is my first time, so it's a little awkward. So thank you so much, and